Hello everybody, thank you for watching. Today I'm going to talk about how to set pricing for Airbnb. Pricing strategy is one of the most important elements for your property business. A lot of people just watching how other people doing, at what price other people's doing, and then they set the price that way. I'm not saying that that's the wrong way, but there is a better way that potentially can do it. So now there is many different type of pricing model that I can talk to you, but I don't want to confuse you. I start with the base pricing. This is the price that you put down when you set up in channels. If it's a short-term let, you got to put a price for. A lot of people would do one house. Typically, they say one house, £100 a night, £120 a night, £50 a night, however they think that they will set. So this is the base price. While there's a lot of people just do one base price all the way through for the whole year, they end up with having a year later, the people book holiday already get it booked up. We don't actually do it that way. We do it slightly different. We charge based on the occupancy. What does it mean? It means that we set a minimum number of people staying. Any additional person, we then charge extra. So then you also have service charge in addition, cleaning fee and all of that. Now, in terms of pricing, what you can also watch out for particular Airbnb, people do discount pricing. If you are giving discount pricing, it could be a 7-night discount. It could be 39 discount. So you set whatever discount you wanted to do. The discount typically about 5% non-refundable discount, for example. So, you can people put 5 or maybe 10% discount. You could put 30 days, either 25%, 10%, whatever you want to put it. So now there is other pricing strategy. We call it scaling up. With the scaling up pricing strategy is that you put a low price now to attract, and then you further down, you increase the price to a level. Now, typically, holiday let do not do that because they want more properties to be fully booked further up. They wanted to see 6 months ahead, then all the property are booked up. We do it differently. We specialize in the corporate let market. Our clients book very last minute, and then once they got project in the area, then they will extend. We need to make sure our revenue and availability management are according to how our target market goes. So we will make sure the further up we got more availability, because the availability is all we sell to the clients, and if we don't have availability, we can't host them, we can't book them in. So what we do is to making sure that the future price is really high, then we have loads of availability for clients when they need to extend. And then what we do is do lead generation to create the occupancy level, to create the profitability level until a bigger client group comes in. During the time, we will be offering the availability to larger family groups or the company groups, for example. But you might have like a 2 weekend, got 10 people booked in, each one of them pay you £50, then you have £500 a night. So that's the kind of business model we run. So in terms of the set pricing itself, is quite a complex kind of way, because we will set the price based on different season, depending on the demand. We look at a 6 weeks window, and whether or not we got any availability in the past, any booking in the future, and we decide what we are actually offering it to the customer. What we don't do, which a lot of typically Airbnb, short-term let people do, is that having a flat rate. A rate is not flat. You will not see the same price this week, for next week, for next month. Every week is different. Another thing that people set the pricing in our business typically is the dynamic pricing. What they use AI dynamic pricing to look at the demand in the last 6 months, what booking in the next 6 months. There is a problem with the dynamic pricing is that they use historical booking information, which doesn't always reflect the future demand. So sometimes they will drop your price really, really low because they don't believe, based on the last few weeks, that the demand is really high. Well, if that happening, it'll be disaster for us, because our client, the corporate client, might booked it last minute, and for us to secure that extension for them, sometimes we will have to increase the price or block out the availability, and then it then wouldn't actually be able to reflect as what actually happening in the market. So although dynamic pricing could be very good for the holiday market, because that's what was driven by the data, for the corporate market is not the way that how we set it. We, dealing with the corporate company, we normally look at the company's budget. They already got a budget quoted in the job. If their budget is going to be £100 per person per night, for example, in London, 5 people staying, we charge them £500. The next door neighbour, AirBnB, they might charging £80, £60. It's not relevant to us, because we charge what the customer afford to pay and that they're willing to pay. That means that potentially we actually can charge a lot more, providing they got the money to pay, they like the stability, they like our property. Now, our business model is based on a 4-star accommodation, quality-wise standard, 4-star accommodation, 5-star services, and 2 to 3-star hotel pricing. So with that business model, the customer's really happy because they got 5-star service, they got 4-star accommodation, they're only paying 2 to 3-star pricing. That means that they're getting value for money. Because they're getting value for money, getting really good service, then they come to us and book direct. And because they book direct, we build that relationship. Therefore, we're more profitable. And because we're more profitable, we'll be able to scale quicker, faster, and better. So I hope that makes sense to you. If you've got any more question about pricing, please get in touch. I'd be more than happy to answer for you. Thank you very much for watching.